Hi, friends. Yesterday I was downtown and I was talking with some friends of mine in Asheville, and they were saying how they want to meditate, particularly a couple of women, that they were saying how they want to meditate, but they can't meditate, that they can't stop thinking. And I wanted to just give a couple of hacks because as a 25, 30-year aging myself, a meditator, I've noticed that there are the same conversations that I've heard over 30 years of where people feel like they can't meditate and why they can't meditate. So I want to give you a couple of tips. If meditation is something that you want to do now, starting after the new year, hopefully my book will be coming out in the beginning of next year. Um, and I will be presenting a very comprehensive method for integrating meditation into daily life. But for now, I want to just give a couple of like secrets of what people that are long time meditators know, and also that which ancient Eastern teachers have presented and shared to us. Although much of that has been encoded in I don't want to say dogma because I don't want to give it a negative connotation, but encoded in certain specific traditions that you will only have access to if you go through the process of initiation. So, for example, when I learned to meditate sitting quietly with a candle in the attic of my parents' house in New Jersey in my early 20s. And I literally would pray and sit with a candle. So I want to acknowledge that we are all sovereign at our core and we have the ability to sit, say a prayer, light a candle, close your eyes, open your heart, and meditate. Um, but the conflict comes in when people say, I can't. Stop thinking to meditate. And so I want to share a couple of tips that through my initiations that I've come to learn and understand, and how I've helped other people to learn to meditate in a way that helps bring peace of mind, calm, and then eventually really opens up your deep intuitive knowing. Ultimately, the goal of meditation from my yogic lineage, which is through Swami Satchidananda Maharaj, and integral yoga, which is an old Shivite lineage. That's my one of my lineages, my core yogic lineage. That the goal of yoga is a peaceful, useful, and easeful life, and that our true nature is peace, and that is only in the layers of illusion that blind us from actually experiencing and discovering the true nature of who we are. And that when we meditate, we learn to wrangle in the monkey mind through practices of concentration that actually are enhanced through the practice of devotion and awakening of the heart, as well as purification of the body. And the reason that it's challenging for the body to the reason that we purify the body is because it's challenging for the body to stay comfortable and still in meditation if it's hurting, if there's inflammation, if you can't um, settle the nervous system. And that's why I do embodied meditation, and my book has to do with embodied meditation methodology, because it's in that settling of the nervous system and purification of the body that helps to reduce inflammation, not just physically, but mentally. And we also work with awakening of the divine heart, because it is an awakening of the heart that we start to attune the frequency of the mind to compassion and love, which is a peaceful, more peaceful place to be, that is grounded into a body whose nervous system is no longer in a fight or flight response, but in a parasympathetic response. If you all are watching this, give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. If you have any questions, post them below and I'll check them out later. Also, I'd love to hear if you'd be interested in joining a low cost, reasonable membership, probably be around $37, or maybe 33, 33, or 44, somewhere in that range, where we are doing meditation practices remotely weekly together, where you have access to a full range of meditation and movement teachings and practices. So let me know if you're curious about that, and just write the word yes below if you're watching this in the future. I also posted a link to a free meditation that my clients love, that for the last 8 years I've gotten incredible feedback on. In my online school, Awaken Life School, I have dozens and dozens of meditations, and this is really the favorite. This is the one I get the most positive feedback, so I decided to make it a freebie, and it's about awakening the divine masculine feminine within, the heart, the sacred heart, excuse me. And you can access it through clicking the link below. And I think it's about 9-10 minutes. So it's about 10 minutes. And it's a way that if you want supported meditation, you can literally download the meditation. Just close your eyes and press play. You don't have to think. If you have any questions about meditation, post them below, or best would be to send me an email, narayanigaya@gmail.com, and I'm going to continue to provide valuable content and support you as much as possible. I hope this video is helpful. Thank you for taking the time, and I pray that if you seek to meditate, that you take the time to actually sit down and do it. And remember that there's no arriving in meditation. It's a practice of becoming, that supports you to become who you are. And that through sitting, activating the heart, settling the nervous system, activating the heart, and starting to witness the mind dropping in will prepare you. Now, one last tip. If you are unable to sit still, you may want to do, to meditate, you may want to do some movement, whether it's yoga, qigong, dance, put on your favorite song, have a dance party, go for a run, go for a walk, get your energy moving, opening up your pores, and get your heart rate going. And then when you sit, it will help reduce your pulse and your heart rate, so that your mind can start to attune to a quieter place. And in the in-between, start to focus on breath awareness. When you're driving, at the store, when you're walking, when you're talking, focusing on the breath is also another great tip. So I don't want to overwhelm you all, so I'm going to leave that all here. Feel free to share any takeaways below. Blessings and gratitude.